Hey everyone. If you're on a spiritual journey, Kundalini awakening, well, your Kundalini is always there anyway, so your life force energy. But if you're on this uh, journey, twin flame journey as well, um, or just a spiritual, not just, it's enough, a spiritual awakening, do please make sure you ground yourself because it's so important to keep yourself grounded during these times. Um, we can sometimes feel awfully ungrounded, like I do at this time, because I had a lot of purging and a lot of shifts happening to me lately, and we are in a time where uh, this is actually very fast going. So all this shifting of ascending and is happening very fast. So I kind of did not ground myself as much as I used to. So I ended up, after a very huge uh, purging session, let's say, something heavy coming to surface and being acknowledged and literally accept, released, you know what I mean, emotional heaviness that I had during this time, and it sent me off balance. I felt really ungrounded. Um, so now I really feel like coming out, sitting in this park at a very late hour, um, and make sure that I hug that's actually my tree over there. Ever since I moved into this area, I've always came, and that tree has been my friend ever since, and I just hug it all the time. So keep yourself grounded, keep yourself as grounded as possible, whatever it takes, whatever it means for you to ground yourself. There are a lot of techniques. For me, it has been hugging trees and being in nature. It has done wonders. It doesn't have to be, it just has to be a park, and maybe, just sitting next to a tree, reading a book, whatever it makes you feel. Be present if you can, like I do. I sit under the tree, and I try to be as present as possible, which is kind of hard for me at the moment, because I'm still training my nervous system to be safe in the present moment. So if you're dealing with that as well, if you have the fight, flight, freeze, fawn, all these responses from the nervous system, like I did, due to childhood, or childhood trauma, then you might want to also deal with, train your nervous system to feel safe in the present moment. If you're wondering why you're not feeling safe, why you cannot be present, that might be your answer. Because I have been, until I discovered what exactly made me, and what made it for me impossible to be present, to practice presence, or presence gave me anxiety. That was it. Due to past trauma, so past, childhood trauma mostly, especially if you're born like I was, in a very stressful environment. Ever since you start, everything is stress based, living and existing. So it kept me and I'm still working with that, being in a survival state. That might be your answer, just in case you're wondering why you cannot, if some of you have this issue about being present. So that is it. That might be the issue, your stress response, it's that's what it is. This is, I realized, because I always used to blame ADHD, which I'm not trying to say that ADHD is not real. Of course it's real, but it's also, I realized that it's actually, in my case, it's very similar. If it is actually, of course, we dismantle the ADHD, some of us who apparently have it, it's actually a stress response to. So ADHD deals with going around it, training your, not dealing with the problem, with the root problem, which is this. At least for me, I realized why many of the things that I used to do, not being present, not being able to, procrastinating, not being able to do many things, taking action, or they're all responses to childhood trauma. And there are wounds that of course you have to deal with, and the awakening process is actually dealing, that's exactly what it takes you, it's showing you where the wound is and how to deal with it. And of course you can apply a psychological team, but it's also like, the spiritual, you have other ways to deal with this, especially if you have Kundalini, who's gonna is the best thing it can happen to you, even if it's not the most pleasant experience. That is the most amazing energy we all have it. Some of us have an emergency for healing. We are here for something more than, and we chose to heal in this lifetime. We chose to deal with this, so that's what we do. So it's not like that. Nobody's special. There's no difference. There's no difference between any of us. We're all the same. We come from the same source. We just manifest in our unique ways. So that makes it so beautiful to know that we're all the same. We're at the core. We come from the same source, but we manifest in our unique, beautiful way, just by being here. And we are important anyway, no matter what and where we are or what we do. So I was saying, ground yourselves as much as you can. Go in nature, anything, yoga, meditation, whatever makes you. Usually when you when you're ungrounded, my experience has been that I stop with practices. During feeling ungrounded, I stopped doing the things that I used to do, like meditation and or listening to certain spiritual music, frequencies, basically mantras, whatever you listen to. I stopped them because they can get you more ungrounded than you are. So I stopped it for a while, and I try to do the things that make me focus. For instance, do something with your hands, or just what it requires, maybe lifting something, whatever it's for you. I draw a lot, and it makes me focus on that. I walk. One thing that I have been doing in the last few days has been walking in my house with no socks on, not just walking, and trying to be present with how it feels to feel the ground, the floor, no matter what it doesn't matter what it is, ground, what it's made of. Just try to feel and imagine as you walk that you're basically pushing, you're like have your roots pushing into the earth, and through whatever it's there in between. So visualization is called, whatever. Anyway, you understand what I mean. So ground yourselves and take care of yourselves. We forget to take care of our needs, so don't ever forget that. You're so important. And in case you have this problem, like this wound of unworthiness, like I had, and I have actually, and it makes it hard for you to prioritize your needs. As scary as it is, you please do start small. I barely now learn how to put boundaries on, and it's okay. It scares you and you don't want to disappoint people or whatever, but it's needed. Okay, that's what it's needed, to put up boundaries. See ya. Ground yourselves.